Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad. Good morning to you. How are you?
Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias.
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk to me, funny lad.
Grammy Award winner Maya joins us.
How are you?
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat, Brad Gilmore.
And I'm so excited to be talking to an icon of the screen. He is a part of Son of a Critch, which is in season 3, new episodes Friday here in Houston on CW39. The one and only, the legend himself, Malcom McDowell, joins us. Malcom, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. You're in Houston, right?
I am in Houston, Texas, yes.
What a beautiful city. Well, hey, lucky you. I'm in California, and the weather's pretty cold, but pretty nice.
Well, you know what? It's sometimes you need a little cold and nice. Sometimes you need a little hot and sunny, like it is here in Texas, pretty much year round. But we really appreciate you talking to us this morning about Son of a Critch. Congratulations on this show. This show is so fantastic, and I love that we're getting it here on the CW here in Houston now. Talk to me about your experience being on the show. I heard you call it, I think, the single greatest enjoyable moment of your career, or one of the most.
Well, I think that's true. You know, I mean, I am of a certain age, you know, so I don't want to be first in, last out anymore. And this is such a beautifully written show. And I think they were quite shocked when I said I'd do it. You know, they were like, really? You sure? Yes, I love it. And I think Mark Critch is such an extraordinary human being. You know, he's a wonderful Canadian comedian writer and wrote this wonderful book about his life growing up in Newfoundland, and which is what the series, of course, is based on. And it is such an amazing place. I would recommend to anyone that if they could ever take a side trip to Newfoundland, it's well worth it. It's a sort of a place that's sort of in a bubble. I liken it to going back to Scotland or Ireland in the 50s.
Wow, yeah, I've never been able to venture to Newfoundland, but now, given the recommendation from Malcom McDowell, how could I turn it down? You play Pop Critch, you know, which again, you said that when they contacted you about it, they were surprised that you almost said yes, but the writing is so rich. Is that why you liked Pop, because of the writing was so strong?
Well, I do. It's an ensemble piece, you know, led by this young actor who's playing, you know, the lead, Benjamin Ainsworth, who's such a fantastic actor. They found him in Yorkshire in England, and I think they were, you know, scouring everywhere, looking for him in the States and Canada, of course, and they found him eventually. I think that some casting directors suggested they look at tapes of him, and as soon as they saw him, it was, oh, yes. You know, because he's got to be a pretty good actor, and he's got to have range, because he has all these fantasies and stuff, you know, growing up. But it's sort of weird, because Mark, who plays my son, Benjamin, is actually playing him as a boy. So really we're doing a series about his reminiscences as a 12, 13, 14-year-old boy in Newfoundland in the 80s. And it is a special place because it's completely, there's no through traffic in Newfoundland. You've got to be very specific to go there. There's nowhere left. I mean, it's right under Greenland. It's the nearest landmass to the Titanic wreck.
So yeah, you have to go with specific purpose.
Yeah. But it's worth it, and I'm so happy that we get to shoot there every summer, and I really look forward to going back. And I just love the people. They're so friendly. Well, Canadians are sickeningly friendly, aren't they? Anyway, right. Well, you can double that for Newfoundland. And they all, they have to amuse themselves. They have to entertain themselves. And so every bar, pub, whatever, restaurant have got music, live music. And it's just, and great restaurant. It's a fantastic place. I just love it. And I look forward to going back. Of course, I've only been there in the summer.
Yeah, which I'm sure makes it all that much more pleasant. When you're shooting a show like Son of a Critch, and it's a single camera comedy, I find single camera comedies fascinating because the conviction in the writing has to be there. It's not like in a sitcom with there's three cameras where if the joke doesn't work in front of the audience, we can go do a rewrite. Let's take it up. Let's pick it up again.
Exactly.
This you have to be very sure about it. Is that difficult at all to find the comedy there and be sure about it, or do you kind of like the single camera experience?
A great comedy, you never play the comedy, you just play the truth.
Right.
And if it's well written, they put you in a humorous situation. And I love the way they write pop, because they write a lot for me now, so, and between us all, this character has evolved. I don't think anybody knew quite how he was going to be until the first shot before the camera 3 or 4 years ago. And it was a surprise to everyone, including me. I wasn't sure how he'd turn out. But he's quite a character, and he's a sort of Benjamin's or Mark, as he is in the show. He's his Obi-Wan Kenobi, kind of, giving him advice, often terrible advice. But nevertheless, they have a very close bond. And that's sort of beautiful, actually. And I think a lot of people connect to that because a lot of kids, have grown up with their grandparents because of their, domestic situation, whether divorce or whatever. And so the grandparents have become a sort of stable influence. So I think that a lot of people connect with the young and the old having a relationship, and it's really very beautiful, actually, and I just love it.
With the cast that you have on Son of a Critch, and given your stature as one of the most, in my opinion, iconic working actors still today, and you're working alongside with Stanley Kubrick, and then being a part of massive television shows before. I mean, you played Terrence McEwick on Entourage. Do you find that this young cast comes to you for guidance, and are you one to give it out, or do you think that they need to find their own way?
Oh, no, I wouldn't presume to give advice to anyone. That's for sure. Look, they're cast because they're really good. I don't have to give them advice, and I certainly, the worst thing you can ever want is some grumpy old actor sort of mumbling advice or saying this is not the way they did it in my day or something. No. In fact, the truth is they're teaching me new stuff. I mean, I'm learning from these kids, I'm amazed at how talented and incredible they are. And it's a real delight for me to work with these kids, actually. And there's a wonderful actress called Fox. And, She's like supposedly the bully girlfriend kind of thing. And she is such an adorable kid, you know. I mean, they're all wonderful, all of them.
Well, Son of a Critch, new episodes here in season 3 on CW39 here in Houston. You heard from him himself. Pop, Malcom McDowell, congratulations on this show and an incredible career. I mean, I could probably pepper you here with questions on your entire IMDb database, but I'm not going to have the time this morning. But I really do appreciate the time. You're an acting legend, and I'm honored that you shared some moments with me.
Thank you so much. And listen, I'm really proud of the show, and I'm so glad that you like it too, and get your listeners to tune in and watch it.
They're going
Otherwise
to.
They'll cancel.
Well, we can't have that happen, Malcom McDowell. Son of a Critch needs to go for 30 seasons. We're on season 3. Let's do 30. I really do appreciate your time this morning, sir.
Thanks so much, and really, really nice talking to you.